Hi, this is Brian with the Balanced Dog and Lucas Agnew Workshops, and today I want to talk about two remote collar systems from eCollar Technologies. The first I want to say is that 95% of what I do with the dog when they come in is about giving that dog clear directions. So it doesn't matter if I'm using a slip lead, a pinch collar, a martingale. Same's going to hold true if I'm going to work that dog in an e-collar. The key to successful e-collar training is you spend the time to build a solid foundation with that dog and create clear context with what that collar means. It's what I do with my clients, and it's what we also teach in our Lucas Agnew workshops. So for me, 99% of the dogs I get in, I work them on the Mini Educator 300. And you can see here's a perfect example of Nemo. He came in with some dog reactivity issues. I'm out here kind of running him through the paces here, and he's having a good time. He's staying engaged. He makes a mistake here or there. It's no big deal. I want to make sure that dog's having fun and he's staying engaged with me regardless of what tool I'm using. The last thing I want is to have a dog that's working flat. On the rare occasions, and it's very rare, I get a dog that comes in with high drive. I'm not saying he's a stubborn dog, a disobedient dog, or a dog with an extreme behavioral issue. I'm saying it's a dog with high drive. So in those situations, I'll work him in the 300 and eventually I'll move him to the Boss. The difference between the Boss and the 300, it's bigger remote. It's also a bigger receiver because it's got a different antenna system in there. It's got a mile range versus a half-mile range in the 300. The other key is it's calibrated differently than the 300. It's basically calibrated for those high drive dogs, and that's important to understand. So when I think of high drive, I look at people that are doing bite work, and they work that dog on leash and collar first to build a foundation, then they move the dog into the e-collar. So what they're doing is they're putting that dog in high drive situations. So if they're going to send them out to get onto a bite sleeve, they need to be able to communicate to that dog much faster by increasing the volume than you can on a 300 to out the sleeve. So when you think of it that way, that's what I'm talking about, high drive situations. So the other thing is it's got the boost feature, same as a 300, my favorite feature. So I'm going to show you how to set that up really quick. So what you need to do is you need to go into momentary mode. So I'm going to go back here to the mode button, go into momentary. I'm going to turn it to 0. Hold the black button down here until that 0 starts to flash. And once I got that flashing going, I can go ahead and dial that to whatever boost level I want. And that's just going to be contingent on every dog that you're working. So once it's on 5, I'm going to lock it in by tapping black again. Now I have a momentary 5, and if I tap red, I'll get a 5-point boost to 10. I can do the same in continuous, so I'll have continuous up here black, 5, and if I tap red, I get a 5-point boost. And if I want to work it in momentary and continuous, I can still use the boost feature here. So if I'm working momentary and I want to boost the momentary, I'll just tap the red at the same time and I get a 5-point boost. Same holds true if I'm using continuous. I tap continuous in black and I'll get a 5-point boost. So there you have it, the 300 and the Boss, both awesome collars from eCollar Technologies. Check them out, ecollar.com.